Russ, we're on the clock, mate. And whilst I appreciate a visual gag, the majority of people are listening to this on headphones, so it really doesn't work.
Oh, sorry. It's just there was a guy at the door and he was trying to sell me a chimenea.
Oh, I love a chimenea. Only ever used when either for burning leaves or to keep one part of your bum cheek warm on a cool summer's evening.
See, I don't see the point of them because the
Well,
heat.
they're not pointy, they're rounded.
But the top kind of goes into a blunt point.
That's very good. Yeah, you could bludgeon someone to death with a chimenea.
I take a bit of effort, but yeah, I don't get it because all of that heat dissipates and gets blown away.
Yeah, essentially all we're doing is we are stylishly adding to global warming.
We call it in the Northeast a bondy. So you stick a bondy in your back garden, burn all your twigs and your final demand letters from your landlord and stuff like that. Yeah,
what's a landlord? We're all property owners down here.
Yeah, we are as well. But
how much? How much?
I don't know, because you were shouting me. So I've told him to come back later on, so I'll find out. Maybe for next week, I could tell people how much the chimenea was. But the thing is, down south, and this is an idea for a business name, he could come to me door dressed up like a pearly king. Yeah?
Yep.
Chimney, like that.
Great shoulder action.
Oh, you've got to do that, haven't you?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you absolutely have to. Yeah, that's because we've only got cobbled streets down here, so you walk really unevenly.
Looks like you're walking on wheels there. Then, whoa. Is that because you started off life as a barra boy?
It is. Yeah, and thing is, you have to put some visual cues into your delivery of fruit. Otherwise, people just aren't interested.
You'd make an amazing bobblehead.
I think I would. I think they should make a Funko Pop of me. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Is that like an ice pop?
It's less tasty and takes longer to lick.
Fair enough. Should we start with our 3 questions? I've got 3 questions for you. I want to learn a little bit more about Greg Davies.
Okay, go on. No, I'm confused. Now, that was like your news reading, so don't put on the glass. Oh, you've put on the glasses.
No, I've taken them off now. Right.
Oh, okay, right.
So last time I asked you who your favourite 80s band was. This time, who's your favourite 90s band? Now, I know it's probably likely to be Dodgy because you look like the drummer who was in Dodgy.
If I had a fedora hat right now, I would. But the problem is I haven't found one that's good enough
for you. That'd be good enough for me, wouldn't it? Seriously though, who's your favourite 90s band, Greg Davies?
It's a really tough. Well, no, the band isn't. So my favourite 90s band is Ocean Colour Scene. Love the scene. Absolutely love the scene. I remember driving in. Well, I wasn't driving. My friend Paul was driving. We were in the back of a very old Nissan Micra, and I heard The Day We Caught the Train for the first time at the age of about 17, and it will stay with me forever. The whoa-whoas and the la-las, absolutely brilliant. And what was yours? What was your one?
Well, it was an interesting era, wasn't it? Because there was that whole kind of north and south thing going on with Oasis and Blur.
Yep.
Yeah. And between those two, I favoured Blur, I think. However, my favourite band has got to be Pulp.
Pulp is very
from the 90s. From the 80s, it would have been the Smiths, but I discovered them late on. I discovered them 89 going into 90. Whereas my favourite 90s band would be Pulp because I just thought it was so different.
He is a storyteller extraordinaire, is Mr. Cocker. Very, very good. Okay, right. So that was my question. I like the way that we reciprocated answers there.
That worked quite well because it's like we're getting 6 questions for the price of 3.
I know. I'm going to go down a similar line for you.
12 questions for the price of 6.
Buy 6, get 6 free.
Works for me.
Yeah, I like it. What's the most disappointing movie you've ever seen?
Well, that is an easy one for me to answer because I watched it yesterday.
Did you?
totally let down. Like,
Go on.
Siberia with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I don't even know what that one is.
Like, don't watch it. Because it starts off and it builds it up and you think, oh, it's like John Wick. Oh, this is interesting. It's not.
Not interesting at all.
It's not interesting at all.
Huh.
It's a bit like, do you know when you get fireworks on bonfire night? For our international listeners, that is an evening of the year where we celebrate terrorist
Burning a man alive.
terror. Yeah. Well, we celebrate a terrorist attempt on our monarchy, which is a strange thing to celebrate. But do you know when you open it up and you got the mixed box and you go, I'm going to keep that one till last because
that one looks huge.
Brilliant.
It's got the best name. It's called
it's called the John Wick's firework. It looks amazing.
The Sky Pulverizer.
And you put it in the garden.
Yeah.
And you light it, and it fizzles. And it goes.
Yeah.
And you go, it's all right. That's just the 4 gunpowder. There's more coming.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
What's your most disappointing film?
Mine, and I've only seen it recently, was The Sound of Music.
You were disappointed by the sound. The hills are alive.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed because I expected to hate it, and I loved it.
Well, that's kind of a bit of a letdown because that's not what I asked. You would.
No, I'm a twisty, turny person. I was genuinely expecting to hate it. I thought I enjoy a good musical, but I've got to 42 years of age without ever watching The Sound of Music, and I thought there is no way. It's too old now. I'm not going to enjoy it, and I was actually disappointed in myself that I couldn't stick to my previous convictions because I did genuinely love it. I can see why people are so in love with it. Similar,
I was 16 going on 17.
Similar with Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, it's outstanding.
I've only seen that in the last 6 months, and
time is fleeting.
It was amazing. And Richard O'Brien is. I love Richard O'Brien with a crystal.
Richard O'Brien, Meatloaf, Christopher Biggins.
I know, in the background. I mean, when have you ever seen the Biggins just in the background as an extra, basically?
Susan Sarandon's brilliant in it.
I know. It's all very, very good. Okay.
I do like a musical. You know I like a musical. I like a musical like you like Disney.
Yeah, all right, then I'm going to blow your mind. So my favorite musical of all time is Miss Saigon. But never ever seen it, heard it. Oh, it's very good, very good. But I've seen Phantom of the Opera 4 or 5 times. However, I've only just watched Les Mis, and it was the film version with Hugh Jackman and Russell Crowe singing nasally the whole way through. What the hell is that about? I mean, does he sing through his nose?
Look down, look down. I am looking down.
I can't look any further down. I'm looking straight at the floor. Look down more. But then I'll be looking backwards.
Russell Crowe in it is going, don't you say the words of hair before you say the number. It's like, what? Can't hear what you're saying, mate.
When he's in the tightrope walking along the edge. And then it's look, you don't need to throw yourself off the edge, spoiler alert. Just go and get yourself some signies. You'll feel a lot better about yourself.
He sings a little bit like me, saying company names that haven't paid for sponsorship.
He really does. He really does. Who is this then?
Have you seen or heard Hamilton yet?
No, I haven't. My daughter loves Hamilton. Absolutely loves it. Really?
You can watch it on the Disney Channel.
Yes, I'll add it to my list. And also, I was at the cinema because it's all opened up. I was at the cinema watching Peter Rabbit 2, which is just a surreal experience. It's just
what a talking rabbit or being in a cinema.
A combination of both, and especially finding out that one of the most beloved characters in Beatrix Potter, the the hedgehog. Is it Miss
Tiggy Winkles or
Piggy Winkles?
Yeah.
She's got a dark side. She's a bit naughty.
It's a bit like you, that, isn't it?
It's a little bit like me. A little bit like me.
He should have got a second question.
Oh, second question. Sorry, I was about to say, Lou, that Hamilton, the writers of Hamilton have done another one called, I think it's Chicago Heights, and it looked very, very good. It looks like a
one Manuel Miranda.
Is that a tongue twister for the modern times?
I think that's it. The person that did it is Miranda off the.
Oh, okay.
Thing. Yeah.
Very good. But it looks like a West Side Story for our generation.
Chicago Heights.
Yes.
Sounds like a cop show.
I may have the name wrong. But anyway, I'll find out. Right, give me a second question, because we've totally dashed our manly images.
I don't.
But who cares? Who cares? I love Disney. I love musicals.
I think we need to talk more about films on this business podcast. So, I have a question.
Yes.
Being a London Cockney guy,
yep.
Was your favourite gangster Ronnie, Reggie, or Jack the Hat McVitie?
Well, you know, I like a good biscuit-based name, so it'd be McVitie all the way.
Yeah, or digestive to his mates. Yeah. Jack.
They killed him by drowning him in a big mug of tea.
Dunked him, didn't they?
Well, they took him out, and then he crumbled from the waist down. It was a tragedy, and I am doing a thing with my hands, which I was told I had to do.
Every time we say tragedy, he knew the risks, Greg. He knew the risks.
Yeah, he did. They go into it with their eyes wide open. They really do. So, do you know you got that river up there at the time? Have you got other rivers named after other herbs? Do you have the sage? Do you have the coriander?
Do you know what's really funny? There is a music venue that is iconic. It's like shaped like a. You'll have seen it.
I've seen it. It's one like that looks like an armadillo.
Do you know what it's called?
No, go on.
Sage.
No, it's not.
It's called Sage.
So it's because it's sage and thyme.
I hadn't thought about it until you mentioned it. If somebody builds a rosemary up the road,
that we just have a chain of venues named after herbs and spices along. And then as soon as you go on.
I've got a news flash coming in.
Go on.
American company are building on the Tyne Bridge a building called Cilantro.
Oh, they've got the wrong end of the stick there, haven't they?
See what I've done?
I'm impressed that you've done it. I love it when the UK and America have different names for things, or even different names for the same word, like oregano. It's just ridiculous. Okay.
What's that metal over there? That light metal that's easy to work with? It's aluminum. What do you mean it's aluminum? What's that foil you've wrapped your sandwiches in? Aluminum foil.
They just love it, don't they? They just love hamming it up in foil. Your question, young man.
What's your favourite London landmark, Greg Davies?
I'm going to be quite serious about this.
Is it the BT Tower? That was mine when I was a child.
I really love the Shard.
Oh,
I've gone modern, and the reason I love the Shard is that you can look out on all of the other landmarks. So because it's south of the river, and the majority of the landmarks are north of the river, so you get a good vista of all of the other St Paul's. You can see the Tower Bridge, see Buck Palace, and you can even see Nelson standing on his column, nestled between the buildings.
Nelson stood on Gollum.
On Gollum, yeah. That's why Nelson has always got one hand in his jacket, because he's keeping hold of the ring in case he needs to go invisible after standing on Gollum.
Well, that's precious.
I know, it really is. Okay, my last one. Angel of North.
All right, yeah.
Does it move?
In what way?
Does it spin around with the wind? Is it like a weather vane?
Yes, it does, and it powers all of Gateshead. Yeah,
That Anthony Gormley is a genius of our times.
he is. I mean, it's iconic, isn't it? I mean, if you ever drive, the
It's
A1
amazing.
sweeps round, and as you see it, you go, "Oh, what's that stood there?" And it's a big metal statue. And I love the fact that steel and the steel industry was a big part of the Northeast. You know, shipbuilding was just up the river from there. And they've made it in the same kind of metal that would build a ship in. And it's rusted and it's weathered. And as you can tell, I'm quite passionate about
It is. I remember the first time I saw it. I drove to Newcastle.
the Toon.
The Toon, but I believe I stayed in Gateshead because it was one side of the river.
And they call it the Newcastle, but it's Gateshead.
Yes, and I remember seeing it for the very first time, and it's one of those moments where you're like, yeah, that's proper special,
Proper impressive.
proper impressive.
The Baltic building's impressive. The Sage is impressive. It's, I'm a Teessider. I'm not from Newcastle, but I'm going to say it's quite an impressive city.
Yeah, I had a good look around for the first time. It's a beautiful, beautiful place with beautiful, lovely, friendly people.
So that's questions. So I've got Shard. You've asked me about the turbine that's built into the Angel of the North.
Yeah, I think that's all. That's all of them, isn't it?
That's all the questions. But what
Brilliant.
we have
I feel like I'm getting to know you even more, and at some point we need 13 buildings named after herbs and spices along the Tyne.
See what I can do.
So then we can sell them to KFC.
Yeah. Or we could come up with our own blend and start our own business. Since we're serial entrepreneurs.
Well, we've both got beards. I mean, can we dye them white? Can we be the UK version of Colonel Sanders?
I'd want to be a general, I think.
So you've gone up. Can I be your privates?
Anyway, I'd like to move around the running order if that's all right.
Okay, go on.
Who'd win the fight? I'm going straight in with who'd win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because you let me down last time because there was one clear winner. I hope you've made it harder for me, Russ. Otherwise this is gone. This is gone, this section. So I hope you put some effort into it this time.
I think I've redeemed myself.
Oh, bold claim. Go for it.
And it's something I've always wondered about when I've seen them independently on television.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight between Anne Robinson and Moira Stewart?
I'm done. You've gone too far the other way.
Yeah.
This is so genius. I don't know how you're going to top it next week.
I think it could be a 3-fight deal, this one.
This could be revenge fight after revenge fight. When are we talking now? Because Anne Robinson's looking a bit. Or are we talking at height of weakest link? Okay, when she did the scary witch eye thing.
I'll give you the scenario. Right, okay, that might help. Right. So, Anne Robinson has just had a busy shift doing Countdown. I think she's just signed up to
creating squash. That's what she does in her spare time.
Yeah, but that's a spare time. Professionally, she's just started doing Countdown, or she's about to do Countdown.
Okay.
Which is filmed in the north. And she's going, oh, I'm really hungry. I could do with some couscous for my lunch. And she goes outside on the quays. And over the river from where they're filming Countdown, Steph McGovern's packed lunch is being filmed. You know, Steph, she's shouting across the river, Anne, get yourself in the Greggs up there. They do a lovely pasty. So Anne goes, oh, that sounds delightful. So she goes along and she goes into Greggs and she asked to queue, socially distanced. And she gets to the front of the queue by saying, you are the weakest link. Goodbye. And she moves people out the queue.
Because she's got that power. People don't know that, do they? But she's actually a superhero. She can remove people. That's her power by saying that phrase. Yeah.
That's the magic word she uses. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. And she says it like goodbye. Once they get that, they know that they've got to leave. So she gets to the front of the queue and she orders a latte with an extra shot.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Large latte with an extra shot. She orders a Belgian bun.
Oh, like, did she eat the cherry or remove it?
This is where she started to get angry because all the cherries had gone. Somebody in the shop, I think, worked there, had eaten all the cherries, the glacier cherries off the top. But for a main course,
But you could substitute a cherry with a wasp. Because bakers always have wasps in the window. I don't know why they sell so many.
Yeah, it's good. Well, they shouldn't advertise them if they don't want to sell them.
No.
And
I was stung by a bee once. £10 for a jar of honey. Keep going. Right, keep telling me about Anne Robinson.
I've got to keep the energy going after that. So for a main course, she ordered a flat traditional Cornish pasty. Not like with the ridges.
No.
Flat Cornish.
Yeah. More consumable, easier to eat.
Yeah, it's loads easier. Yep. And for a starter, she ordered a sausage roll.
Good starter. Okay. So where does the Stewart come into this?
Well, I'm telling you. So she's gathered her bags up. She's got a latte, and she's only quite dainty.
She is.
She's got arthritic hands now as well. So she was struggling to hold them allegedly. She's struggling to hold them all, and as she walks out, what she didn't see was happening at the same time. If this was a film, we'd have edited to another scene as she's walking the door.
Yeah.
If you can imagine, Moira Stewart. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm on my way. I'm rushing now, Steph. I'm heading there. Moira, where are you? You're due on in a minute. I'm coming. And as Anne walks out, Moira, boosh! Latte everywhere.
Pastry, flaking.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the scenario.
Okay, and then so you've already told me Anne Robinson is arthritic and frail, allegedly. And Moira Stewart is driven, powerful, and determined. However, Moira does not have any superpowers.
She does. She had the ability to work on BBC Radio 2 with Chris Evans for multiple years.
Oh, okay. So, now you see that.
She has experience of dealing with gingers. I've given it away there.
You have. So basically, her power of ignoring annoying ginger people would cancel out Anne Robinson. So we are talking about just a fair, straightforward physical fight.
Just a scrap.
So it would go the distance for me. Yeah. It would go down to a judge's decision. Mm. But in the first bout, I'm going with the Stewart.
I think it's a fair shout.
But she would be, there'd be eye gouges, there'd be biting, there'd be elbows. When the ref wasn't looking, there'd be stomps on the feet. I think it would be a dirty, ugly fight. But taking the moral high ground, I think Stewart would win.
Yeah, which doesn't feel right because it was her fault. She bashed into Anne. But life isn't fair, Greg.
Life isn't fair. However, if we were taking the highway code option, then if Anne Robinson's coming out of a smaller road onto a major thoroughfare, she should have been paying attention.
Moira had right of way.
Moira had right of way.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Right.
Just asking for a friend.
Yeah.
What happened to the pasties?
Destroyed, mate. Flaky pastry everywhere. They got soaked with the latte. But it's all right because the staff in Greggs felt sorry for Anne and they replaced them free of charge, which I thought was a nice gesture.
You've got to love Greggs.
Yeah.
You've got to love Greggs. I'm not associated with a Greggs brand at all. However, we are looking for sponsors. So if people can like and share and get us, we new section, eat the sausage roll on air. That'd be great.
If Greggs or other, because let's not rule out all of the other bakers, If a bakery company did want to sponsor us to eat flaky pastry products with beards on air, what's the worst thing that could happen?
You know, a friend once told me that if you can imagine it, there's a website dedicated to it. So I reckon, I reckon that men eating flaky pastry with beards, it's probably already online.
Oh, it's a bit niche, isn't it?
It's very niche, but I'm happy to get involved with that niche.
Okay, well, let's move now into business names, Greg.
Business names. Oh, so I sang a funky
Yes.
jingle last week.
Yes.
I think you should sing one now.
Okay. Okay. Business names, they're good in it. If you have one, you'll do better.
It needs a bit of work, Russ.
You're the musical genius, Greg Davies. Come on, give us the intro.
I'm going to sing it again. I'm going to sing it.
Go on then.
Business names, they'll make you money, especially if they're really funny. I flipped it around. I flipped it around. Line one became two, line two became one. Lyrical gangster.
Oh, well, I thought that was better than last
Did
week.
You? Well, thank you very much. I will continue to work on it. Any suggestions of a second verse, bridge, or chorus? Please comment.
Get it on our Facebook.
Get it on our Facebook, on our book face.
So I saw a van the other day driving past me, and it's a clever name, but quite a limiting name, and I'll explain why in a minute. It was One Man Went to Mow, and it had a picture of a guy with a lawnmower, and he does garden tidy up, mows lawns, things like that.
Oh, I thought when you said really specific, I get what you mean now, because he's limiting himself to lawn maintenance.
And only one man.
And only one man. I actually thought it was even more niche than that. One man went to mow. I thought he was a domiciliary care agent and would only care for little Mo.
More Farah. Oh, right. Yes. Little more. Yeah. Not more Farah. He wouldn't need a domiciliary care agent, would he?
He wouldn't, would he? He wouldn't at all. No, I like. I think that's a fairly good name. I think that we had a suggestion which opens up a whole subgenre from the Tim Cook, from the founder of Apple, or the national director of BNI. Not sure which one it is. We just don't know.
Is it multi-billionaire Tim Cook, or is it the guy that founded Apple?
We just don't know, do we?
We just don't know.
Yeah. And he commented that a friend of his has just done some suit hire, not from Mars Bar, that's correct, but from Friar Tuck's.
Yes, I did see that.
Friar Tuck's.
TUX.
TUX. Now, so that opens up a whole subgenre. How many Robin Hood themed funny business names out there? I mean, immediately you could have a fish and chip shop called Friar Tuck, Tuck. Like, I'm frying up some tuck for you, mate. That'd be amazing. What else could we have?
We have one of them in Ingleby Barrack, which is the biggest housing estate in Europe.
What, you have a Friar Tuck? You've been sitting on this comedy gold?
I didn't get it. I always wondered why they had a picture of like a friar with a bald patch and everything on the sign. I didn't get it. Now I do.
That's amazing. What if there were people, there was a company that sold toilets for vertically challenged individuals, and it was called Little John?
Oh, that is a good one, isn't it? That is a good one. I've got one.
Go on.
It's a Persian food store.
Yep.
That serves cured meats.
Oh,
it's called Sheriffs of Nottingham.
Oh, I love that one. I've got another one. It is someone that looks after probate and end of life documents, but only writes in red pen. It's called Will Scarlett.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I've got one.
What?
Right. So it's a handicraft store. You know, the kind that you see on a tabletop sale in a churchyard, and it's called Made by Marion.
Oh no, see that one would. That's not even a joke. That's just lovely. I like that one.
Well, you know, I think we've found a new business. We could be a marketing agency, and people could come to us and say, "This is me business. This is what I do. I do this for these people." And we go, "Tell me more about it." And they go, "Right, and I want to be this big and this big." Right, okay, leave it with us. We'll go away. We'll have a talk about it. We'll come back to you.
Do we have to use that voice?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what marketing hipsters do.
Hi, my name's Greg Davies.
Oh, hi, Greg Davies. My name's Russ Sorden. People call me Russ Sorden.
Very good. Very good. No, okay. So please, anyone, please, more Robin Hood thing. So we've missed the big one. Obviously, it's just come to me. People that sell balaclavas for thieves, Robin Hoods.
Balaclava's not a hood, though, is it?
Okay, all right. I thought it was onto a winner.
We were doing well until
what
then.
What about selling headgear for small birds? Robin Hood.
That would work.
Would that work?
That would work.
Okay, good. Would work.
Yeah.
Not would work.
One of my favourite musicals, Robin and the Seven Hoods. Brilliant musical. Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Falk. Awesome.
I thought you were gonna say Robin Hood, Men in Tights. We're men in tights. Tights. Such a good.
Very good. I think John Cleese is particularly good in that.
John Cleese? What does he play?
He's isn't he the Robin Hood character?
No.
Oh.
No, he's
I'm mixing up the films. Do you know what I've done? Do you know exactly? I'll tell you exactly what I've done.
Have don't tell me you've mixed up one of a Python classics like Holy Grail.
No, I've brought Time Bandits into it.
Have you?
He's the Robin Hood character in Time Bandits.
Yeah. So the Robin Hood is, and I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who played the lead in Hot Shots. Not the lead, but he was the Iceman character in Hot Shots as well. So anyway, right. I think we've done business names really well this week. I've enjoyed that one.
I'm happy with business names. Well, let's since it's a business podcast, let's stay on business. Let's go to famous business people. Greg Davies.
Okay.
So this is the quiz round. Okay. Greg notoriously hasn't taken it seriously in the past.
I haven't, and I'm going to promise you, I will ask questions and narrow it down and have a genuine guess as question number 5, because it would, I don't feel like I'm giving you the recognition you deserve.
If you could take it seriously, because I put a lot of time into researching these people. So 5 questions.
Yeah.
I'll only answer yes or no.
Okay.
Right? It's a Southern business person.
Is it James Dyson? No, sorry. I couldn't resist that one. It's a running joke. I'm happy to forfeit my first question, unless, of course, it is James Dyson.
No, it's not James Dyson.
Okay, all right. So I've got
Sir James Dyson.
I've got four questions.
Fourth richest person in the UK.
4, which we know sucks. Okay, I've got 4 questions left. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Does this person have a mole between his index and middle finger?
No.
Okay. Did this person go paragliding in Tenerife in 1992?
1991.
Okay, so it's not the person I'm thinking of. So I've got 2 questions left. Does this person have an obscure allergy to Heinz tomato sauce?
Yes.
But that doesn't narrow it down much at all, does it?
You're going to have a guess here. So you've got a Southern business person with an allergy to Heinz tomato sauce, went paragliding in a year earlier than you said, doesn't have a mole. And I think I need to I haven't been totally honest with you. They haven't got a mole between their index and their second finger. It's between their thumb and their index finger. So I don't know if that narrows it down a little bit.
I think you're trying to throw me off. So I'm
never going to get it. You're never going to get it. I've got you this week.
Is it Peter Jones?
Oh, for goodness sake! It's Peter Jones.
Yay! Ah, it's that's why he never gets involved in crowdsourcing.
The allergy.
It's the allergy. You never see him crowdsourcing.
Confectionery time.
Ah, sweet.
So, I mean, I like sweets and cakes. You like sweets and cakes.
Love sweets.
We didn't become the men we are today without liking sweets and cakes.
We didn't have diabetes without liking sweets and cakes. So
I'm laughing because it's true. What's happening in the world of confectionery?
Well, one thing I've noticed is that traditional brands, which kind of stayed in their own area, are bleeding across. They're bleeding. So, like Maltesers, you can now get Malteser buttons. You can now get Malteser buttons, and there are mint flavored Malteser buttons.
You can actually get 3 different types of Malteser buttons.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But the big one for me is Vimto. Now, I love a Vimto, absolutely love it. There seems to be a whole range of Vimto-based confectionery items now.
Yeah.
There's jelly beans, jelly babies, flying saucers, bonbons, not of just one flavor, but also the Vimto mix-up flavor. There's even Vimto Millions, so they've cross-pollinated with another confectionery brand. What's going on?
Collaborated.
They've gone together.
You can get the Vimto fizzy laces.
Yes, you can. You can. And Vimto marshmallows.
Vimto ice pops.
Yes. Yeah, they've gone into the frozen world. What other Vimto products can you get? I mean, at one point, are you going to be able to buy a Vimto Tesla?
Vimto burger. Vimto burger.
Vimto burger. Yeah. Am I going to be able to wear Vimto underpants to mix it up?
Can I just check? Because it sounds like you're complaining about this, whereas
I love it.
Excited about it.
I love it. It's just basically I get a tanker of insulin delivered each month to up my supply levels thanks to the Vimto.
Well, I like Vimto, and it disappeared for many years. It was around when we were children.
Yep.
Disappeared. It's come back, and in marketing terms, hang on. I'll put the glasses on because it's not a news item, but it's
Can you do the voice as well, please?
Yeah. It's Professor Russ Sorden here. It's called an umbrella brand. It means that the brand has elevated itself to cross-pollinating other brands, collaborating with other brands, is accessing new markets. And that's very, very important.
Voice. Oh no, I'm confused. You've changed voice.
I morphed.
You did. It was good. It was like we had the whole marketing agency team because you were the sales guy, the creative director.
R&D towards
R&D. Yeah. R&D. Yeah.
But did you notice I took my glass off quite quickly? As you know, I am a method actor. I do get into my role. I felt I was going to lose myself there.
Yeah, you were going in deep.
I was the whole. When you try and be the whole marketing team,
yeah,
we can edit that. It's all right. When you try and be the whole marketing team, it's a bit like that film with the guy that was in that film where he's on the beach in Redcar, but it was France. And it had Keira Knightley in it. James McAvoy. The Shalamar's film. It's that Shalamar film where he's got multiple personalities. And
that is Glass. Oh no, Glass was it's Split, wasn't it? That one?
Split Ends, the punk band.
Yes.
That's them.
Yeah. Right, we've only got about 5 minuets remaining. What else have we got?
News item.
Right,
news item. Got 2 news items this week, Greg Davies.
Okay. Are they business-based?
Yeah, totally business-based.
Brilliant, let's go.
Pets at Home sales top 1 billion during lockdown. I mean, let's just discuss that, Greg Davies.
Pets at Homes, okay.
Pets at Home sales top 1 billion during lockdown. So in the last year and a bit, Pets at Home, which was struggling financially before lockdown, have sold £1 billion worth of products, pets, that kind of thing. I mean, why is that? Do people just have houses full of gerbils?
Well, they must do. It must be the whole. I'm bored now, so I'm gonna keep a small animal captive. But we're missing the big issue here.
That's different business thing.
What happens to all the poo?
Guano.
That's just from bats and birds, though, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was just. So, what happens to all the poo? I don't know. Well, maybe part of that sales is the poo bags, the scented poo bags. That might be.
Are we soon going to have another recycling bin? Is it going to go recyclables, normal rubbish, garden rubbish, food waste, poo? And what colour would it be? Because brown's already been taken.
Lighter shade of brown.
That was the less successful follow-up to Whiter Shade of Pale.
Lighter shade of brown. I'm not even going to attempt the lyrics. I've got another news item.
Do it.
MGM, the film studio, is completing negotiations with Amazon.
Yeah.
For 8.45 billion to take over the film studio. I mean, I'm quite excited about this because we love film, don't we?
Yep.
We love film.
We're big on film.
Amazon have, although they were, I mean, they produce some good stuff, I suppose. But Amazon are now doing a bit like what Netflix have done, and they do their own films.
Yeah.
Taking MGM Studios will just go bang, blow that out the water, won't it? That'll be incredible.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how we continue to view movies after lockdown is over, because you're right, Netflix, Amazon, I know that Sky are producing all of their own movies now, so they are going to need studio space. So it makes really good sense. My question to you is, does that mean we can have celebrities delivered to our door next day?
Yeah. I've already ordered Craig David, but Daniel Craig. I meant Daniel. Craig.
Yeah. You'd much rather Daniel Craig than Craig. Are you going to get him to do your lawn?
I might do. I've been trying to get hold of One Man Went to Moor, but he's gone to moor lawn somewhere. So,
yeah.
And there's only one of him.
There's only one of him.
So he can't do everything. So, hey, we have to move on quite quickly. North South. What's the difference between the North and the South, Greg? I know you've had something that you wanted to bring up.
I think I might throw the cat among the pigeons here, mate, because I think this may pitch the wildlings against one another north of the wall, which I'm slowly building. I'm slowly building by Watford Gap. So if I go down the Chippy,
yeah,
and I order one of the 19-day-old breaded products sat in the massive Tupperware, I call that a bread roll.
It is massive Tupperware. Or one of those cake stands with a lid on it.
Yep.
Plastic one.
Yep. So I call that a bread roll. What do you call it?
You'd be wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I am bilingual, so I would understand what you meant if you asked for a bread roll.
Yeah.
Although I would be tempted to roll some bread.
Okay.
We would call it, where I live, we'd call it a bun or a fadgy, depending on the size of it.
Right. But also, if you went across to other side of the north, they would call that a balm. And there are baps and balms and what are you guys doing?
Dropped bottom scones.
What are you guys doing? And what the hell is a Scotty? What's the Scotty?
Stotty.
Sorry, a Scotty is
somebody that goes, she cannot go no faster, Captain. That's Scotty.
Right.
Yeah. Well, before I answer that, could I just do my face like one of the characters off Gogglebox?
Yes, you can.
It's good though, isn't it? For those of you that are listening to this podcast, I'll do the voice. What the bloody hell's that? What the bloody hell's that? I had to not do the bad language that he does. But
go on, answer the question.
I think, and I'm going to be really pragmatic here, and I've got my mediation hat on.
Nice.
I think you can call it whatever you want, wherever you are.
You should be on the UN peace envoy.
I I could. Well, Kofi's always on the phone. And Banksy Moon is actually Banksy, the artist.
No.
Did you know that? Yeah, seriously. I mean,
Is that why he's always got paint under his fingernails?
Hang on, allegedly.
Allegedly,
because nobody knows who Banksy really is. You see,
it's Neil Buchanan from Art Attack.
You've come up with this theory before. Can you remember Neil Buchanan? You might not be old enough, Greg, but years ago there was a program, and it was like called Number 73. It was on a Saturday morning. It was based in Maidstone, Kent, and it had Neil Buchanan on it.
Yep.
It had Sandy Toksvig.
Oh, you got to love the Toks.
And it had, hang on, I'll do the voice. You've got to guess who it is.
Actually, I think that music's proper brilliant.
Frank Sidebottom.
Oh, right, I thought it was Donald Trump.
No. I'd have done Tiny Hands. So, Number 73. And Neil Buchanan was on that first before he became Art Attack. And, I mean, you've got kids. I've got kids. There's been other art shows over the years that we've been forced to watch. Art Ninja thing that seems to be about at the moment. So it could be any of them. Could be.
Couldn't be Tony Hart. Bless him.
No,
couldn't be Tony Hart.
Rest in peace, Tony. But it could be Morph.
Could be Morph. Yeah.
Could be Morph.
It'd be great if it was Morph.
I tell you what,
Banksy. Now it's been revealed that you're Morph. Why do you do these things?
do you know what, Treat? There's something we need to work on, and that is, as we are both international business people.
International.
Oh, do you know what that reminded me of then, going back to the craze?
Go.
You are the last of the famous international playboys.
Very good. Right, what do we have to be aware of as we're international business people?
A lot of our points of reference are not known by international people. Mark Graber from Australia, g'day, he said, "You're really funny, boys." But I'm trying to do it without having a northeast accent, but I don't know what you're on about. So I mean, if you think about it, Anne Robinson, they won't know. Moira Stewart, unless she's done the World Service, they won't know. Greg's, they won't know. Steph McGovern, they won't know.
Well, I think we can get to 65 million subscribers first, and then
worry about it then.
And then worry about it. Although what I will say is Vegemite.
Yeah, we don't know about that. We have no idea, do we?
No idea what that is.
No idea. If it wasn't for a famous 80s pop song from the Men Down Under, we'd have no idea.
I thought you were referring to I Should Be So Lucky by Kylie Minogue.
Oh, I love Minogue.
You got to love Minogue.
Yeah, they were a bit of a niche band in the. Oh, that's Mogwai. That's Mogwai.
Yeah, no. This is the Minogue, the Kylie Minogue.
Did you know that Kylie Minogue reinvented steam locomotion?
She did, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know why that would be a bad thing. If she, I suppose, fossil fuel burning, she wouldn't want to be associated with.
It's not carbon neutral, is it?
It's not. Have you got anything else on your list, Russ?
Yes, I've kept it to last because I'm so excited about it. It's
please.
Russ's business idea. That's my logo thing. So I've got 2 business ideas this week.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
First one, totally unique, never been done before. It's very rare that you come across something that has been invented, not just reimagined. It's called Celo tape, and it's a sticky adhesive tape that comes on a dispenser.
Yeah.
And you can stick stuff up with it. You can get it raveled down your fingers if you're daft. And on the actual thing, it'll have a seal on the picture, or Seal, the pop star.
Well, you could do both, couldn't you? You could use Seal to promote it whilst having a seal on the picture.
He could be fastening a rose to a grave.
He could be, couldn't he?
Could be.
Could be.
Do you like it?
I don't like it. I love it. I'm looking around the room now, and I've got so many surfaces that
you could stick things to.
Well, they're just boring, Russ. I need something. I can't believe no one's come up with it before. It just it befuddles me. Befuddled I am.
CeeLo tape. I mean, I
I
don't know
mean-
where the idea came from.
I mean, what color is it?
It's see it. It's clear. It's clear.
Oh. So things will just look like they're magically held.
That is exactly what
genius.
it's for. Yeah.
Genius. Okay, right.
So you win on that one.
I'm in on that one. We're going to be billionaires.
Do you want the next one?
I want the next one.
It's a company called Carpool, right?
Okay.
And how Carpool works is it is a car with a pool on the back of the car,
Yep.
and it's got a subsidiary business that is a pool that's shaped like a car in your back garden.
Okay. So the pool in the car is for your passengers, obviously, because you can't drive and swim at the same time.
Well, that's the beauty of it. It's got a steering wheel in there.
Oh, you thought of everything.
Yeah.
So basically, you can be in the pool whilst driving your car. You pull up at some traffic lights.
Yeah.
You splash the moped driver next to you.
Yeah.
Because they always come too close to the car, don't they?
It's got a slosh screen.
Nice. I love a slosh screen.
And because it's got a slosh screen, it looks like an infinity carpool.
Oh, so it just drops off over the edge. Oh.
I've thought of it all. I've thought of everything. Yeah.
Right, so I'm in with carpool. However, I don't like shaped swimming pools in gardens.
Yeah, we'll get rid of that one then.
I think they're tacky. It's like when you see the musician with a swimming pool shaped like a guitar.
CeeLo tape is tacky.
Oh, love it. That could be your slogan. CeeLo tape. It's tacky, but not in that way.
What's that? Some kind of gang thing? Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Greg Davies, that's everything I've got for this week. I don't know if you want to see us out with a joke at the end of the show. I know how that livens people up.
Well, we've kind of been going with regional versions of bands. So we had the Yorkshire Coldplay with Sean Bean. We had the Welsh version of Take That with Tom Jones, which we agreed was not unusual. Yeah. So who would you have in the Scottish version of the Proclaimers?
Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? Nicola Salmon. Nicola Sturgeon. She's sturgeon or salmon?
Well, one was salmon and one was sturgeon. You could have them both.
I'll make it easy. I'll change my mind. I'll make it easy. I'll go with Jimmy Cranky.
Is Jimmy Cranky the little one?
Yeah.
So, but you need two. But are they the same person? The sturgeon and the cranky, are they the same person?
Just with the redesign.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It's like a fashion consultant has gone in and changed them up.
Well, it's a difficult thing you're asking me because they have to be Scottish twins or brothers that look very similar or something like that. So I'd have to go with Jimmy Cranky that is really Janet Cranky with Ian Cranky, her husband. I'll go with those two.
So you're replacing, and how would 500 Miles sound as sung by the Cranky?
Well, I don't think because of the short legs they'd manage 500 miles.
Okay, so let's say 500 steps.
I think this is the hardest one you've given me so far because now I'm thinking Sir Chris Hoy could be quite good because
he could ride, couldn't he?
He could ride 500 miles quite easily. He'd just do it.
Well, I'd like the Connolly in there somewhere as well. Like as
Brian Connolly.
No, Billy, not Brian.
Billy Connolly.
Just shouting at the background. So when he went, and I would walk 500, he'd go, no kidding, just like random, like
that's very good.
Like a hype man for a rap artist.
No kidding. Oh,
that could be his stage name.
Where does Mel Gibson fit into it then?
Mel Gibson, he would just in the background he would be shouting freedom, but at a very low volume level, so almost imperceptible.
And he would be shouting it in the style of George Michael. Freedom, freedom.
I think we're definitely mixing our metaphors now, aren't we?
I think we are.
We are.
Should we leave it there?
On that note,